Ready or not, it is time to transform your front porch into fall, right?
It's getting close to that time.
This is one of the, is this the one you put together in the spring, one of the front porch pieces?
Yeah, this one had a trellis in it that I think we sold out of, and we're going to be looking to transform this today.
Okay, so maybe you have something similar on your front porch and you want to change it out to fall. We're here to inspire you, give you some ideas, and hopefully you'll learn a few tips and tricks along the way.
We'll see. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to start by getting rid of these poppies. Now, I think I did mention in the past videos that you could just take the entire thing out and then you could replace it with one for fall. But for us, we're just going to start by taking the poppies out of our arrangement. Remember, these are not glued in. These are just stuck completely down in the styrofoam so that they stay really well. And then let's remove a bit of our Clematis vine. Maybe leave a little bit of this. Don't mind a little bit of that green vine sticking out. But we might want to thin it up a little bit. So this should give us a little bit lighter green appearance. Still okay to have some green for fall. Not everything you touch has to be brown or orange or, you know, those kinds of colors. It's okay to have some green mixed into that. And okay to have some of our Clematis vine spilling over the edges. And then we are going to add some, like a brownish green. In this fern, we're going to start adding some of these. This is our fern spray, 18 inches.
So it's just called a fern spray, no fancy this time.
Occasionally, you know, one slips by the people that have to call it a, you know, wildland spruce Oregon Trail fern spray. That's pretty good. We may have to name something Oregon Trail.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Of course, that means it will eventually die of dysentery or something, right?
Yeah. That's the thing with the artificial florals is you don't have to worry about them dying.
I didn't know plants got dysentery, but
I don't think they do.
We're keeping them from dying.
Mm-hmm. And aren't the majority of all of our plastic products made out of 100% recyclable materials?
Most all of them are, yeah.
Which is pretty cool.
Yeah, very heavy on the recycled plastic. So we're just going to add this fern spray, 18 inch.
What should we call it, everybody? Leave us a fun name in the comments for the fern spray. What would you name it besides fern spray?
Woodland Trail, Meadow Hills fern spray.
We use a lot of Meadows.
We do use a lot of Meadows.
We must
or
like
a state.
A state.
You just call it, you know,
state fern spray.
Mississippi fern spray.
I like maybe like hound dog fern spray.
Bayou fern spray.
I was thinking of where the
hound dog fern.
Where the red fern grows.
I guess you could.
You could call it our hound dog fern.
I guess you could do that. Yeah. You're letting your southern show again.
I am. Comes out every time.
We had to explain chicken and dressing last week.
Yes, we talked about chicken and dressing last week, and some of you were like, what is that? So I sent you a recipe that I found online, because everybody's recipe is a little bit different, but that was just the quickest way to kind of show you what's in it.
Chicken and cornbread.
Chicken, cornbread, the broth from the chicken. You can put some sage in it. Some other spices.
It's basically stuffing with chicken in it.
Kind of, but someone did say, and I think they're correct, last week that stuffing is what goes inside the turkey.
Yeah, I mean,
So it's
but
not
there are
the same.
people that make stuffing without the turkey.
They do. It's drier usually.
Yeah,
It's a little crumbly, more crumbly.
it is that.
Chicken and dressing is almost like a casserole. You make it in a
is kind of
casserole
like a
dish.
casserole. Yeah.
So, and my mother's recipe makes 2 pans. So I cook one pan and freeze the other for another time. And then all you have to do is pop it in the oven and heat it up, and it is still very tasty.
Very tasty.
Very tasty.
So we've done kind of a layer around to kind of collar the urn, and then we're going to put a couple of these fern sprays in the middle just to give it some of that more green-brown coloration toward the center. And we will have essentially hidden most of our styrofoam with just that. So at this point we can start adding some other things in, which are going to be some of our fall hydrangeas and our, so this is Meadows hydrangea, just like you were saying, Meadows hydrangea spray, and our Kansas sunflower bundle. So pick a field, pick a state, you've named an item. That's how that works. So we are going to need some wire cutters for this one. I guess you could just stick these down in there, but they're going to be a little bit too long even with that. So we're going to want to take 6 or 8 inches off of them because we are going to stick these in pretty far. We want these down pretty low in our urn. So you can cut them a little shorter if you want. I cut maybe 10 inches off of that one.
Oh, the sound of the styrofoam.
Yeah, it's a lovely sound.
I will add a link in the description for how to do your styrofoam based on one of our other videos. So if you don't know how to put the styrofoam in your container, you can jump over to, I think I can basically timestamp it so you don't have to watch the whole thing, but you can look at that segment on how to add the styrofoam. But it's pretty simple. You're basically just cutting out a piece to fit down inside of your container, right?
Yeah. As long as it's touching all 4, the styrofoam's touching on 4 corners, it's usually pretty stable as long as you wedge it down in there pretty well. So we added our hydrangea. Now we're going to move on to our sunflowers because we want to get a little bit of that cream from our urn up into the top. Let's see. Cut the tag off. Alright, so these are actually just a bundle that is individually, comes apart individually once you cut the raffia off of them. That's just tying them together. And then these are a great size because we won't really have to cut these much. We're just going to have to get your hand down in toward the styrofoam and push these, make sure these push down in the styrofoam a decent amount. And they've got this great, some of them have some leaf on them that's green, that's kind of got this lighter yellow-green on the edge. And that's going to be perfect because we have our mixed greens already going on. So we're going to add a couple of bundles of these.
And let's see, how many did you say come on a bundle?
I think they're 4 to a bundle.
And you're going to add about 2 bundles?
I think so. That's what I'm projecting at this point.
And you had about 8 of the fern spray. And this will all be in your little recipe guide that I put in the description, so don't worry about that. And then how many of the hydrangea did you put in there?
I used 5 of the hydrangeas.
Okay.
Just to fill in some of that space and give us some of that deep orange color.
So I hope to build a kit with this like normal, or like I normally do. And that way, if you want to buy the kit, you don't have to count up anything. Just purchase it and you'll receive all the things you need.
That's a handy way to do it when you make those kits.
You all really liked the fall swag kit that we put together. We sold quite a few of those. That was a hit.
Yeah. And we are probably going to sell out of some fall things fairly quickly. Some of them, not everything, but there are some of the fall items that I'm sure we will be selling out of soon. So if you are looking for something specifically fall, it's a good time to buy it now, buy it early, because we may be running out of some of those items.
Something else that is selling out quickly, our mystery boxes for Christmas.
Those are flying out the doors.
So if you want a mystery box for Christmas, they're on our website for $2.99, regularly at least $800 worth of stuff. And they're shipping free right now, so you're getting everything you need to decorate a 7.5-foot tree. It's a great deal.
It is a great deal. All right, so we've got some sunflowers layered into our porch planter. I'm gonna move on to a little bit of our faux millet spray, and this is an orange. It's kind of a gold orange color, but this one's just going to give us a little height and spread out a little bit more from our container and really reinforce some of that fall feeling to me, this dried look. And these don't have to be perfectly symmetrical on all fronts. You can be a little wispy, a little imperfect with the millet sprays. But we haven't glued anything in. Good thing to keep in mind that the styrofoam that we used from the spring is still working for our container in the fall. So we didn't have to replace that. We kept some of our Clematis spray, and we're really just adding some of the fall things that we picked out to that. We're being economical.
Yes, we need to be economical. With all of the tariffs that we have been hit with this year. Whew.
Yeah, writing those checks has been fun.
So some of you may remember this. I can't remember if we talked about it or not, that we did not renew our lease in the Atlanta market at the showroom there in April when it come up for renewal. Because if we renewed, we had to sign up for how many more years? Like 5?
I think their bare minimum was like 3.5 year thing, and the price is higher if you don't do 5 years or something.
And we decided that we're trying to, I don't know what you call it, really, control growth a little bit, because sometimes in business, growing is not always, bigger is not always better.
That is true. I look at it as trying to keep our sanity.
That too. Well, that's why we're trying to control the growth, is we want to make sure that we're keeping God first, our family second, and our work and business third.
Our health third.
Yeah, our health third. And yeah. So,
because normally I'm downstairs, I would have unloaded many containers by now, and this year I've only unloaded a couple.
Wow, impressive.
Progress for me. So my back can't handle much more.
Yeah, poor David. Some of it is his back, so you have to take care of yourself, and you only get one you.
Yeah, till they invent that.
But you get 1,000,000 trains when you're here in Sheffield.
Lots of trains.
I hear it coming now. Makes me have a song in my mind.
Black train.
No, I was thinking of, I hear that train a-coming, it's a-rolling down the bend.
Yeah,
I ain't seen the sunrise since I don't know when. Folsom Prison Blues.
It's definitely letting us know it's coming.
Yeah. We'll be right back, folks.
I think this is...
Excuse me. Sorry.
I knew it was coming. The florals have gotten Jen all stirred up with the goldenrod and the hay and all the corn and all that, the sunflowers, just all sneezy. No, I don't know.
No.
But this looks very fallish to me. This is giving me fall vibes. I feel like we accomplished our mission here. But in my world, you know, more is always more. So if we want to really scream fall, we may want to add a pumpkin. And I think if we add a pumpkin right here, just a little off center, this would be great. And these would be great if you had a door that you wanted to place one on either side. You just replicate the entire arrangement and put one pumpkin on this side and one pumpkin more on the other side so that they're mirror images of each other. Or if you have a space that you just have room for one on one side of the door, because sometimes your entryway is, you know, has like a wall on one side, this would be great for just one. So I like the asymmetrical part of just leaving the pumpkin like right here as opposed to trying to get it centered. And to place our pumpkin, we're going to use one of those stems that we cut off of our hydrangea. Knife. We're going to cut a little bit of this plastic stem off. So we're just going to cut that little bit of plastic off, and that will expose the wire. And these hydrangeas have a pretty significant wire in them, pretty sturdy. And then we're just going to inject that into our pumpkin because this is a styrofoam pumpkin, so easy to place that. And then what you might want to do is do the exact same thing to the bottom, maybe not quite as much.
Don't try this at home, folks, the way you're using that knife there. It's just to cut away from yourself.
That's no fun. So if you just give yourself just a little less plastic, a little more of a point, then that's going to make it go down into the styrofoam a little bit easier. Just find a little spot, punch it a little bit, and it is in, and you are ready to go. You have your fall front porch pot ready. So that is that's one method, I guess.
It's lovely. Okay, so the fall porch planter idea is complete, but I think you had another planter you wanted to show everybody as an option.
Well, yeah, you could make this a little bit taller. We could, you know, if you wanted to, we could always add a little more height to this. You could add birch branch or tall berries or something like that. But really, this shape works for porch planters because sometimes you just need something low just to give you that fall atmosphere.
Yeah.
But then at the same time,
Pop it out.
if you needed something for a buffet table, a dining table, a foyer table, same concept, same style really works for another urn. Just we would just need to make our stems a little shorter because this one's a little narrower.
Yeah.
But really, it's the same idea. Would work really well.
Okay, so that's it, right?
I think that's it.
We hope that you have been inspired by today's video. I hear this echo in this container. Sorry. Here, yeah, put that back in there so we don't hear that. We hope that you'll check out the description. We'll have a link there for all the items that we used in today's video so that you can shop easily and conveniently. Leave any questions that you have in the comments. We try to answer those and
Get busy with your fall decor.
get busy with fall decor because it is time.
It is that time.
Yes. We'll see you next time.